The Choendai House was built in 1994. It is located in Kawana, Japan. It is in the eastern side of the Izu Peninsula, about 135 km from Tokyo. The architect was Norman Foster and partners. The approach of design is environmentally sensitive. Foster used the Farnsworth House as an inspiration. Foster returned to the more classic style of Mies van der Rohe, less is more, as to create an interesting interpretation with less theoretical elements and more useful to the life that it should develop.
What is the philosophy?
It includes Zen, tea ceremony, wasabi, Japanese courtyard garden, and wabi.
Zen style expressed by shine, naturalness in design, seek in the equilibrium between being a part of nature.
At the same time, it incorporates with natural light, vegetation, wind, and topography. This structure can be rotated to let the light in. It is used to keep simplicity in the space that connects to nature. By using Bryce Soleil, the screen does not only contribute to structural balance but also creates a shelter from the wind, rain, and sun, making the building more sustainable.
The Japanese tea house is where chadao, the tea ceremony, takes place, which expresses Japanese sentimentality and aesthetics through the act of drinking tea.
In this building, the tea house emphasized simplicity and modest design as a counterpoint to the excesses of the aristocracy.
Is Suboniwa a small garden featuring various types of elements that used in Choendai House?
It has simplicity, more powerful with a simple arrangement, possessing natural rhythms. In fact, some of the Zen garden, tea garden, and hill garden elements together makes a perfect Japanese courtyard garden.
What about Wabi?
The design of interior rooms' true beauty is in the empty space within the roof and floors. With these elements, it can create a space.
Do every Japanese houses use the design concept of geometrical layout?
Yes, it also uses single continuous flowing space using sliding panels.
The beauty and space harmony relies through simplicity and balance.
Boxes are connected to the main volume strategy of separating the spaces into served and servant. Minimalist style creates practical space. Corridor walls divide one space into two simpler spaces.
Why are glass and steel the primary materials for this building?
It is cheaper to be minimalist, and Japan has regular earthquakes to reduce injuries from falling objects. According to the principle of Zen, sense of serenity and calm environment is essential to achieve enlightenment. It captures qualities of nature from the past, translucency, shade of light, and gentle breezes. Yin and yang controlling both the aesthetic and functional aspects of the building design. Hence, the continuous sequence of the interior space in the building allow maximum views out to artificial landscape and sea.
What about the traditional Japanese elements?
It consists of engawa, fusuma, and tatami floor. The engawa is an outer corridor wraps around Japanese house which can be narrow or wide. Fusuma is also known as sliding panels. It is used in place of walls, allowing the internal configuration of a space to be customized for different occasions. Spaces in this building also can be divided by these sliding screens to redefine the space function. Full-height glazed sliding door line up in Choendai House facades, allowing the spaces in the building to open out to adjoining terraces.
I've heard that tatami floors are traditionally made of rice straws and are common in Japanese houses.
Yes, it is. They represent a traditional lifestyle that involves sit and sleeping on the floor. In traditional construction, pillars are erected first and then all the structural parts, including tie beams, roof framework, and coverings are added.
In most Japanese architecture, the buildings are raised above the ground.
It is podia. It is the foundation of the building. Raising the building above the ground is useful in the humid climate, since this removes the wood structures from direct contact with the damp ground and prevent rooms areas from flooding in the case of heavy rain.
Thank you for this interview. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yokoso!